this season.
Can't let you go before asking you about United yesterday. You managed to fit it in, didn't you, on your travels back from your holes? What did you make of that performance?
Yeah,
and sort of the aftermath of it with Ten Hag and calling out Garnacho, who's like this tweet and not like that tweet, and where United have been left amongst this all?
Yeah, there's nothing more to say. We've seen it all before. It is sort of, if you like, repeat of what's happened over the last 6, 7, 8 years with managers in their second seasons, third seasons, sometimes at Manchester United, where there seems to be that sort of breakdown at the end. The main thing is the performance levels, and obviously we've seen at Brentford, we've seen obviously now at Bournemouth. They're really sort of, if you like, low performance levels, which is the biggest worry. I know people point towards the injuries, and Manchester United had a mountain of injuries, but I said it the same against Liverpool when I was asked a specific question about the Liverpool game. 9 of that team that started yesterday would probably be in the starting 11 if everyone was fit. You know, Onana, Maguire, Dalot, the three in midfield of Casemiro, Mainu and Fernandes, and Højlund, Garnacho and Rashford. So those 9 players are Manchester United's, I think, probably 9 best players in those positions. Now, you bring in Luke Shaw and you'd bring in probably Martinez, and you could toss up between Varane and Maguire, but there's nothing in it. So yeah, they have had lots of injuries, but at the moment there's no excuse for the levels of performance we're seeing because they've got 9 of their first team playing. Every team has a 1 or 2 players missing at a certain point. So
is it a mindset thing?
I don't know what it is. Honestly, there's no explanation for how sort of they're playing at this moment in time. I think that the anger, the disappointment has gone out of many Manchester United fans' voices. We're getting to that point whereby the FA Cup is a big thing. Obviously the game next week against Coventry, and then obviously a final hopefully if they get through next week. That's a big thing because winning a trophy 2 seasons on the bounce should never be sniffed at. You always said that winning a trophy in a season is a real achievement, but it is a sort of bizarre experience watching United play in terms of how bad they can get to in games. And you know, there are parts of the Liverpool game where they played well, but parts where they didn't play well, and the inconsistency is rife. And there's not really, I'm saying the same thing every single week. All Manchester United fans are. They've just got to try and get to the end of the season and win that trophy if they possibly can. But that's going to be difficult. One, they've got a difficult game against Coventry, but they've also then got a Manchester City or Chelsea final, which we just know that's not going to be easy.
Manchester United pushing to sign Barcelona wonder kid Mikayil Faye. Manchester United are pushing to land the signature of Barcelona wonder kid Mikayil Faye this summer, according to Mundo Deportivo. The Red Devils are expected to reinforce their central defensive department in the next transfer window, and they are looking at multiple targets. Gleison Bremer and Gerard Branthwaite are among the top players on their radar, but they have also been linked with Faye in recent weeks. It is now reported that United are pushing for the services of Faye, whose representatives traveled to Barcelona earlier on Wednesday. The 19-year-old has yet to make his senior debut for the Blaugrana, but he remains determined to stay and break into the first-team plans. Barcelona's sporting director Deco has also assured his entourage that the teenager has a future at the club under the next manager. United are expected to strengthen their central defense this summer, with Rafael Varane and Johnny Evans anticipated to leave on free transfers. However, they are likely to pursue signings with experience and may not approach for Faye, who has yet to play a single minute at the senior level. The youngster scored on his international debut for Senegal last month, but he has much to prove and remains an untested player as things stand. Last month, Mundo Deportivo claimed that Barcelona could be tempted to sell him for $30 million. But that would represent a huge risk for any club. Hence, the speculation could be agent-driven to force Barcelona's hands into playing him. We won't be surprised if Faye makes his debut this term. Manchester United are preparing a big bid for Ivan Toney. Brentford striker Ivan Toney has made it no secret that he wants a move at the end of the season. Reports now suggest the England international is interested in joining Manchester United. Toney has made several podcast appearances in the past year, while he served an 8-month ban for breaching FA betting rules, during which the 27-year-old openly flirted with the idea of moving to a bigger club. Now it seems United have emerged as a potential dark horse in the race for Toney's signature after a campaign that saw the Reds struggle in front of goal. Toney had been heavily linked with a switch to Arsenal. According to The Sun, Toney is prepared to accept terms of $250,000 per week at United. This means the Brentford star will pocket a greater salary than United captain Bruno Fernandes, should he receive the deal mentioned above. It would be quite a step up from his current pay package of $36,000 per week at Brentford. His contract runs until 2025. It would be fair to say Tony has reached the stage of his career that it's a case of now or never for him to secure a switch to a top club. Manchester United enticed to sign Gleison Bremer. Juventus will accept $60 million. Manchester United are enticed to sign Juventus defender Gleison Bremer during the summer transfer window, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. The Red Devils are expected to invest in the central defensive department this summer, with the possibility of Raphael Varane and Johnny Evans leaving on free transfers. Bremer has been highlighted as the top target by the Italian media, and Gazzetta dello Sport claim that United have their sights on landing the Brazilian. The club have been enticed by his performances this campaign. It is claimed that the Bianconeri won't stop him from leaving, provided their transfer valuation is met. Bremer's $60 million release clause only becomes active in June 2025. But the Turin Giants are willing to do business for the same fee when the transfer window reopens. The price does not scare the Red Devils. Meanwhile, Juventus could also be open to a part exchange agreement if Mason Greenwood is offered as a make-weight. United have been in constant contact with Bremer's representatives in recent months. Willy Cambuala receives regular guidance tips from Manchester United legend. Manchester United are already thinking about opening contract talks with Willy Cambuala. The young defender has impressed when called upon this season, with a stellar performance on his first start for the club against title-chasing Liverpool. The young French centre-back is one of the beneficiaries of United's depleted defence. It has granted Cambuala a golden opportunity to get minutes in the first team under Erik ten Hag, who is without an array of defenders for the end of the season run-in. United are currently without players such as Raphael Varane, Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans and Lisandro Martinez. It means the manager only has Cambuala and Harry Maguire fit, with both expected to start in Sunday's FA Cup semi-final against Coventry City. Mark Critchley from The Athletic claims United want to keep Cambuala at the club for the foreseeable future. The 18-year-old, who was a boyhood United fan, will soon enter the last year of his contract at Old Trafford. There is no option to extend it for another season. We also learned that former United left-back Evra is in regular contact with Cambuala to offer the youngster advice. It's a big bonus for such a young player to be receiving regular snippets of advice from a club legend. It makes sense to tie down Cambuala if United have high hopes for the defender, and we can all see why Ten Hag rates him. Bastian Schweinsteiger opens up about his Manchester United exit in 2017. Former Germany international Bastian Schweinsteiger has opened up about his exit from Manchester United, but he failed to make a similar impact at Old Trafford, making just 35 senior appearances and scoring 2 goals. Speaking on Gary Neville's The Overlap, the former Germany international revealed that he was banned from the club's dressing room without prior warning. He said, "You want to know? It was 2016, with the Germany national team. We went far, to the semi-finals, so I stepped in a little bit later," said Schweinsteiger. The team had been on the US tour, I think, so when I came first day, I actually trained with Zlatan. He was also there. I was like, oh great, a player who has the vision and amazing to play with. Then, the next day when I came to Carrington, John Murtough was there and he said, "You're not allowed to walk into the dressing room." I said, "Why?" And he said, "The coach said so." Nothing, no warning. Schweinsteiger never went public about the manner of his United exit, and Mourinho clearly treated him very poorly. However, his performances probably infuriated Mourinho, who tends to have little time for underperforming players.